needed 6 more inches on that on Vader. Can you see it? Well, you can see it on there. That's funny. If we hit the fucking, if I could just hit the pole, it would be the perfect height. It would literally look like he's holding the sun. What's up? Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Creators must be 18 or older to go live. If viewers must be 18 or older to recharge and send gifts. Remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community. Double standards. Ow! Zoe Zombie is with us. What's up? That's a cool name. You a zombie guy, Dave?
Zombies?
Yeah,
I'm down with zombies.
You down with zombies? You a zombie genre guy? What's up, people? It's David Kazmarek. I know a guy named Kazmarek. R.I.P. my buddy Kazmarek. Dan Kazmarek. He's dead. What's up, Chloe? Oh, my God. What happened? A mouse crawled in and died in the barn. That's fucked up, man. Sorry, Zoe. Sorry, Chloe. Chloe Toff. Thanks for the gifts. What's up, Zoe Zombie? Mountain Laurel. What's up, Mountain Laurel? Been a minute since we've seen you. It's the atheist brunch time. I got my belly out. I got my food in front of me. I got my buddy David, Trivia King. What's up?
Hi, everybody.
What are you doing today, man?
What am I doing? I'm doing this with you. I'm talking shit.
We're here chopping up the fucking news, man. That's right. There is no God, but there is bottomless mimosas. Yes. Ooh. One for mimosas this morning. I'm still on coffee, but that's a great idea. Do you enjoy a mimosa, Dave?
I like a mimosa, yeah.
Yeah, mimosas are fun. I'm down with a mimosa, especially if you're on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, I drop a little grenadine in there. It makes it look like a sunrise. Ooh. Right? It's nice. What? Soren de Constant. Soren de Kunst. Soren din Kunst. What kind of name is that, buddy? Where are you from? Soren. Sounds like, what do you think that is? Soren din Kunst.
Soren.
Soren sounds kind of Hungarian, doesn't it? But the rest doesn't.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
Where you from, Soren? Lionel Vinyl. I love that. That's
Lionel Vinyl.
Lionel Vinyl. That is the name of the day so far. Cutie Hippo is on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. We're doing this simultaneously so that we can build up to. I need 45 more assholes. Get on YouTube, would you?
We're infiltrating all media.
Get on YouTube. I finally uploaded one of my shorts onto YouTube, and I got another one to do. We're gonna make more and put it on. Umayar is here. Is that
Balrog?
Balrog, thank you. I knew it. I was gonna get that. Balrog. The Balrog is with us. You shall not pass. He's a demon of the ancient world. What's up, the Balrog? Mark, how are you, man? How you doing? Thanks for jumping on, everybody. It's been a couple of weeks. I was in North Carolina. What do you think's going on in North Carolina besides not being able to drive to Tennessee from North Carolina still? Because the road washed away? What do you think's going on down there?
What's going on in North Carolina? Not a lot.
Everybody's happy. There's not even any mention of politics because they got their asshole, right? It was almost cool. I got down there and there was no grumping. There was no whining. There was no negative news. It was like everybody's just going about their racist business. Well, for North Carolina, so many good people in Charlotte. It's a great city, man. If I was young and had a job like that, there's a lot of worse places you could live than Charlotte. It's really got a lot of culture, a lot of food these days. Growing one of those cities where people are going there, right?
North Carolina is blowing up. It's the place for young people to move to.
Queen of the Heathens is with us. What's up? How you doing? How you been? The Heathen Queen joins us. Been a minute. So I was in North Carolina 2 weeks ago, and last week this guy was sick or something, and I had some other shit.
We got a ton of snow too.
Yeah, it was a weird snow came. This is gonna be cold on me. I made homemade corned beef hash. Do you guys do shit with your leftover corned beef? I'm sure plenty of you are vegans or vegetarians, but I don't eat a lot of corned beef. But it was Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, last week, so I missed that, and I made for breakfast. I'm gonna be gross now and slop this up. Homemade corned beef hash. Do you ever do that, or you just open a can of that nasty shit?
Oh, this guy's gonna be stuffing his face.
Oh man, that's fucking great. I'm gonna have
Rubens. Balrog says Rubens.
Yes,
obviously.
I made Rubens all week to the point where I was so sick of Rubens that I was like, if I eat another bread, it's in 1,000 Island. They were great, man. This dude brought leftover corned beef, put it in the office fridge. I'm like, you know what? When I eat corned beef, I like it all right, but I'm not a guy. I'm not going to go out and buy fucking corned beef. First of all, I'm not Irish. I don't know why Ireland's got a lot to offer. Why do we get boiled cabbage and potatoes for a fucking holiday? It's like, thanks a lot, people. Like, literally, there's 10 things you can do with sauerkraut. that are or with cabbage, and they're all better than fucking boiled cabbage with potatoes. All right. So when the leftover corned beef comes, well, let's do something fun with it, right? So yeah, there you go. I don't know what else you could do. Reuben's, corned beef hash. What else? Well, I guess you could sort of do Reuben egg rolls or do Reuben. You can make a corned beef omelet.
You can do Reuben's 10 different ways. There's your variety.
10 different Reubens. I saw a guy. I was in a restaurant. Guy ordered a chicken Reuben.
Yeah, never got the story on that one.
I'm like, just fucking go vegetarian. You wimp. What is that about? A chicken Reuben. That's like talk about kissing your sister. Oh good Lord.
Balrog tells us corned beef is not Irish.
Well, you know what? I hate to throw shade on Irish people, but here I go. Why are they so proud? Why are they so like? I think it's overcompensation. They're so proud of their culture. And then when you get there, like I say, you get there. Okay, I'm here for you. Irish culture. Let me see what you got. Boiled cabbage and potatoes on the national holiday of Ireland. Can you give me a George Bernard Shaw play? Can you give me a Sinead O'Connor song? I get boiled potatoes and cabbage, literally mold. I get pea soup and mold in it. I get a pub that's so damp that mold is growing on the walls. I tease it. I love Ireland. I wish I could go there. But I don't get the boiled cabbage thing. I don't get it.
Just drink your Jameson and Guinness and shut up.
Okay, they did bring us some good. I like Irish whiskey. I really do. What's up, True by Science? Here, HJR21. I'm going to give some people some toots here. I got to lean forward because we've set up different camera angles so we can see each other a little bit. So, and I'm trying to do YouTube at the same time. Marion Batista is here with us. Thank you, baby. You're the cutie hippo. I'm sorry.
Cabbage is delicious in
any form. Really?
I disagree.
Yeah, cabbage is like
to each his own.
Egg rolls, sauerkraut, Reuben's. Well, that's sauerkraut. What else do they do with cabbage that's decent?
I have no idea.
Like stuffed cabbage is disgusting. My family grew up stuffed cabbage. It's got ground beef and onions in it. Nasty. Broiled cabbage.
Broiled cabbage.
But is that a misprint, or do you broil your cabbage? See, anything like that would make it better. You give it a little caramelization, a little bit of crisp, right? Any of that is better.
A little char.
But people are like, hey, here's red cabbage for a side dish with your red cabbage. Ooh, thanks.
Sauteed cabbage with Italian sausage and egg noodles. Huh.
Okay, I would try that. See if you're mixing it in and frying it up, and it's in your fried rice. That stuff's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on. So thanks for joining us. We do this every Sunday at 10:30 if we can, and we chop up the news, which is more and more hysterical or scary, depending on your perspective. Every week, what the hell went on this week? I wrote something down. In good news, the happiest countries list is out. Did you see this?
I did not.
What do you think the happiest country is? Again, 10 years running.
Oh, it's one of the Denmark or Norway or Sweden or something.
Almost. Finland. Yes, it's Finland's been like they've always been, and the other ones are right there, right? But meanwhile in America,
what are we, like 50th?
I don't know. It's way down, and you'd be surprised it's like 27th or something, and you'd be surprised to learn that the highest we ever got. You won't be surprised to learn the highest we ever got. When do you think that was?
The highest ever in history?
Yes, in history of American.
As long as they've been doing
that, obviously. Yeah. So, the Teddy Roosevelt
15th?
era. 11th in 11 around then for Obama.
During the Obama era.
During the Obama era, Americans were happiest, and
imagine that.
Well, for one thing, it's long been known that Americans in shit. What the hell happened?
Oh, you just went to
I went to my other tab. It's long been known that Americans have better, longer, and more satisfying sex when the Democrats in office. That's just what's up there.
Democrats, the ultimate aphrodisiac.
How about that? They're turning me off pretty good these days. Britanesh, most stressed USA. Yeah, probably when I'm taking vacations. Why would you be stressed? Why would you be stressed?
Was this our lowest rating ever on the World Happiness Scale?
I don't know. It was just a blurb I heard on the news. I didn't look at the actual list. Stevie D is with us. What's weird, bud? Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for joining, everybody, and thanks for the input. El Nieves 9. What's up? ¿Cómo está, Mr. Nieves? That means snows in Spanish.
Multicultural Day.
Si quiere oír la programa en español, oprime el botón SAP en tu televisor. I'm just kidding. There's no SAP button on TikTok. Short gay bear.
Ooh, I like that.
The short gay bear is with us. Would you love it? I don't know. If I was going to be gay, I might pick a short gay bear.
Yeah, you could do worse.
To be my cuddly mate. That would be all right, right?
Bears are very cuddly.
And I'm short. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe though. I like tall chicks, so maybe I would like tall dudes. I don't know. Matt Scott 21 is joined. What's up? What's up? Trump is nutter by the day. Nuttier. He's a nutter.
He's a nutter butter.
He's nuts. He's always been nuts. He's absolutely. He's a lunatic. He's a lunatic. All we have is hoping that this thing self-corrects. Or do you have any hope in that? My girlfriend's afraid to leave the country to go to Canada because they don't think they're going to let her back in. And I'm starting to think that if we get banned, we get shadow banned.
Yeah, they're kicking everyone out. They're starting to kick out people who even have a right to be here. They're talking about sending our citizens to Guantanamo Bay or to other countries' jails or whatever.
Anybody who says anything against, they sent the French guy. They found something on his phone where he was making fun of Trump, and they.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's always tried to silence his critics and silence his enemy.
Dissidents, right out of the fascist playbook.
Check out Ginger. Ginger. Good.
No.
This was really good. I hate letting it get cold. I might just have to warm it up later. But I hate to slobber and eat in front of everybody, too. That's not fun. Right?
Well, what are you going to do?
Got to keep my energy up.
Yeah. Oh, you got the Irish coffee in that.
No, there's no one. I'm out of my other thing too. This is on the last little squeak here. That thing we can't show on TV. This country is a mess. Been wanting to leave since Bush Jr. How about it, Mike? How about it? I used to think that, man. Lodi, keep eating carbs. Yeah, thanks. I will. It's your issue. I don't need any carbs, man. You on creatine too? Eat that Joe Weiderman's for the morning breakfast and then go work out.
I haven't had a carb since 2005.
Stay away from those soybeans, pal. Lodi, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the follow, whoever you are. JP, appreciate you, buddy. Heidi, how you doing, baby? I know, and we're trying to get people up. We're on YouTube too. Don't mean to ignore anybody on that side. If there's comments, my guy here, Dave.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye.
Keeping an eye. We're trying to get expand on YouTube because you don't know. As soon as TikTok stops serving glorious leader, he'll go ahead and let it get axed. But you notice how we don't hear any more about that?
Well, they're trying to get some U.S. people to buy it and take it over and make it glorious here in the United States.
Mike loves the old school plate. You know what? These plates, I got a bunch of. I got after I went through in the TMI category. I went through a horrible divorce, lost everything, and at some point went to an estate sale and just bought me a bunch of furniture for nothing. It was a friend, and their dad had died, and I don't know where it is. I'll just show it off, but I have part of what this had was an old German dude, and when I say old German dude, I mean a dude that was on board with what Germany was doing for the most part in the middle of the last century. That kind of old German dude with stuff in his drawers, right? And one of the things he had was a Bible. It's a Weimar. It's a beautiful bound with a buckle on it, this big Bible with art and compendium written in this calligraphy print font from 1888, a Weimar Republic Bible. It's an absolutely fabulous antique, and it's too bad it wasn't in great shape when I got it, and it's in worse now. But he had other things that we don't say.
Yeah, don't get into all that.
No. But dude was like a 90-year-old German dude, and he croaked. And these plates were what I got like a bunch of stuff from him that was clearly from the 50s. It raised his kids. And then I got like a twin bunk bed set, a bunch of stuff. So, here I am, keeping old German mid-last century people's stuff alive. But yeah, I'm a fan. I like old plates. My grandma had all those china with like the farm scenes.
We got a native atheist in the YouTube chat.
We do?
Native atheist.
Oh, the native atheist is here. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, I got 955 or something on YouTube, people. Join us on YouTube so we can get to 1,000 and we can start fucking around during the week from my phone. I don't know why YouTube does that. God damn it. Don't they know I got a couple of followers on TikTok? Don't they know? They don't care. They hate each other. You love antiquing, I know, right? I antique a lot. And when I was a kid, my parents would drag us antiquing. God, we fucking hated it.
And now the roles have reversed.
The roles have reversed, and I dragged my kids around for a while.
Yeah.
I think my son's actually with that kind of old soul where he sort of likes secondhanding and antiquing. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. One. Speaking of old German guys with collections, did you see the man who hid a tiger in his basement? Did you see this?
Who's got a tiger in their basement?
I don't know. Google it. Is there a tiger in the basement somewhere? I didn't see that,
Tiger
man.
in
What's
the
up?
basement.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Get on that YouTube and tune it in if you can. The more viewers we have. 7 people on YouTube. Yes, we're getting there. I keep forgetting I put the camera over here so we can kind of look at the same way. Want to do this duel. This is a duel. This is a simulcast today. Simulcast on the underground. I got to fix my toots up here. Something just went wrong.
Apparently, tiger in the basement is a bad search term because it just gives you. Apparently, there's a segment called "Ticker in the Basement."
Easy what happens. The van will roll up and take you away if you Google the wrong thing these days.
Yeah.
Google President Small Penis. Right. That's what we. I feel like we're getting shadow banned because I make fun of the Agent Orange and his fucking idiot, gross, fucking head, disgusting pig face.
That was a lot of adjectives.
But I feel like they, and it was a little repetitive. Hey, what else, Joe Pesci? Hey, big fuck your mother and a big fuck. Your mother sucks big fucking giant big elephant dicks. Raging Bull, one of the best movies ever made. If you haven't seen Raging Bull, that's Joe Pesci. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Go see Raging Bull, and that's your guy. That's Joe Pesci right there. Fuck you, motherfucker. I'll stuff you in a trunk, you piece of shit. Thank you, Heidi. I love you. It's the way I do this. That's really nice of you to say. Heidi mentioning that I helped her become the proud atheist I am today. Thank you. Oh, my guy, Silver the Wordsmith is here. How do you call yourself a wordsmith and then throw emojis at me? That's just lazy, buddy.
An emoji is worth 3.5 words.
Okay.
So, no.
Okay.
I'm not finding anything on the tiger in the basement.
Now tell us, buddy, what's up with the tiger in the basement? Cupid stunts. I'm blowing corned beef hash bits through my whistle. It's really, we run a tight ship around here. I'll tell you what.
Balrog says a picture is worth 1,000. Yes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but an emoji. Like I said, about 3.5, maybe 4.
Yeah, depends on the emoji. Yeah. But I agree, they're all worth a couple. But still, it's hard to pull off a proper pun with an emoji. God damn it! Trying to roll down here and see what's going on. Tiger 3 tank in basement found. Search Tiger 3 tank in basement.
Tiger 3 tank in basement.
Yeah, number 3. Silver, thanks for the gifts, man. He's number 1 now. Symbols became words to begin with. Well, you're right about that. All words are made up. That's all right. I just don't want you to have to change your name to the Emoji Smith. The dude is a wordsmith. I love the way he writes. This guy Silver the Wordsmith. You should follow him. Open this. Tab to the window. Minimize.
The Heikendorf Panther? Is that what this guy's talking about? What is this craziness?
Heikendorf Panther? Is that what that is? I don't know, man.
Okay, you're sending me down the rabbit hole here.
Thank you, Heidi. That's good. I don't. It seems obvious to me, right? I suffer a little bit, I guess, from when Dunning-Kruger goes both ways, right? People who are really good at something don't have any perspective on the fact that everybody's just not that good at something. That's the other edge of that sword, right? Whereas you mostly think of it as people, who don't know anything about a subject really bragging that they do and thinking that they know so much about it. But I have a problem with that. So I really, this has been a real therapeutic thing for me to be able to realize that I can find a way to help people who are really crippled by their religious upbringing. Because I wasn't. Were you, Dave?
Was I?
Did you have trouble leaving? Did we talk about this? Where did you come from?
I was raised Roman Catholic. My grandma was big into church. But, around 8, 9, 10 years old, about the time you learn about Santa, Tooth Fairy, all that other stuff. And God just falls into the same kind of category. It's like,
but yeah, you were logically equipped, and
yes.
you didn't suffer from the kind of indoctrinative emotional abuse that people deal with, where they can't.
Yeah,
they can't let themselves think like that.
Luckily, my family weren't like too crazy up my ass about it, like some people can get. So,
The Message by William Branham. I'll write that down. The Message. Branham. We stopped in a book there. Kenosha's got a really nice little independent bookstore with people on the right side of history who are advertising banned books, kind of pushing reading like everybody should anyway. But I like to support that, so we went in there and found found a new game to play for one thing. But you found a couple of texts that I want to start getting at, because I do want to read more myself. But here's a reminder for everybody: go out and read. There's so many good books out. Here's one of them, the Book of Mormon. Let's read a passage. And behold, I swear unto you, if ye will do this with an oath, you shall not be destroyed. But if you will not do this, I swear unto you with an oath that on the morrow month, there's an expression that's gone out of use. The morrow month. Does that mean a month from tomorrow, I suppose? On the morrow month, I will command that my army shall come down against you, and they shall not stay their hand, and shall not spare you, but shall slay you, and shall let the sword fall upon you, even until ye shall become extinct. Oh. Wow, did I pick a good one?
That's a lot of smiting.
That's a lot of smiting there. This is 3 Nephi. The names are great too. The dude must have been on something when he made this shit up. You imagine writing,
for sure.
Can you imagine writing this much bullshit and having it pass the time for you and making a Mosiah? Where'd you get that? Let me see. Let me stick Moses and Isaiah together. Yeah. I got Mosiah. Ooh, Nephi sounds like a part of your kidney, doesn't it? Got an infection in my Nephi. You should have seen the pill they gave me.
My lower Nephi tract.
That was great though, man. And behold, I swear. I love it how God has to swear. This is the best. God's got to swear. I swear to you, on the morrow month, I will smite you.
You don't even know.
Who's he swear to? God, who's he swear to?
I swear upon my own name.
I went to a Catholic church once, speaking of Catholic church, right? And the Catholic churches will have a thing, they'll have a board up you can write down who you want people to pray for, right? Right? You go there. I was never Catholic, but over the years you meet people, right? I've done some shit in Catholic church. But I noticed this one time outside Chicago. I was there for a funeral or I don't know, a baptism. And I'm looking at the board, like people, and the only thing on it, some little old lady, all right, bless her soul. Don't mean to throw shade on someone in at that moment was in pain for someone named Johnny Dupa.
Ooh.
But it said, God, please pray for Johnny Dupa. And I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck does God pray to? And how bad off is Johnny Dupa? Did God need help?
Johnny Dupa not only needs prayers to God, but also prayers from God. That's
the prayer board is for you. God, please pray for Johnny Dupa.
We got some nutter in YouTube chat here.
Uh-oh.
Cassie K. I don't know who the hell that's supposed to be.
Cassie K.
As one who has family that is Mormon, that book is wacky.
It is wacky as shit. I don't know if there's any plot or any storyline, but just I read a passage once in a while, and look, it was a really pretty picture of white Jesus. That's a good looking
white Jesus.
That's a good looking gay white man from I don't know.
Give him a reach around.
Heinrich Hoffman. When Heinrich Hoffman draws Jesus, boy, he's not brown. Oh, and here's Joseph Smith. You want to talk about handsome? Joseph Smith could have been a movie star, boy, by the looks of this guy. Woo, man. Guy's got con man written all over his face. Lehi discovers the Lahona. There's some good art here from the Book of Mormon, man. Wow, this is great shit. You ever read any of that, the Book of Mormon?
No, I saw the play.
I feel like I should read more religious texts, but that one's way down the list. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
You ever read the Bhagavad Gita?
No.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't care. Baga de Vida rhymes with Inagata de Vida.
Yeah, sounds like that.
So that's where we are with that.
Baga de Vida.
Baga de Vida. Baga de Vida. Baga de Vida. Baga de Vida. If I do an Indian accent anymore, I can't do it. I can't make. I was crying about this in the bar. Were you with us? I was crying about this in the bar. I can't do accents anymore. I get accused of racism, right? I'm like, when did being an actor and mimicking?
Well, if you're doing the accent right, you should get accused of racism.
I suppose. I don't get it. It all started in Rochester, New York. With those, is that what he did? His thing was Joseph Smith, where he was already convicted of being a con man.
Are you talking about this Bhagavad Gita?
Who?
You said Bhagavad Gita.
What is it?
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita.
Hindu?
No, it's the Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure it's the Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Hindu holy book, you know. The one that Oppenheimer quoted when he saw what he did. Right? I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. That's from the Bhagavad Gita.
The Song of God, apparently, is the.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
That's what it means? I didn't know that. Song of God. That's pretty. That's poetic. Oh, Nephi. Silver the wordsmith. Are you a Mormon, Silver? It's Nephi. Yeah, I suppose I knew that. Nephi. What Gandalf is with it. We have Gandalf and
the Balrog. Oh, they're gonna do battle.
We have Gandalf on TikTok and the Balrog on YouTube. Are you on?
Gandalf. You go to YouTube right now. There's a Balrog.
There's a Balrog. You need to not let him pass. And Balrog, watch out. Gandalf, you think he's dead?
Balrog over on YouTube is laughing at Gandalf.
Uh-oh.
The gauntlet has been thrown down, Gandalf. Go take care of that Balrog right now.
Yeah, I get Heidi. I guess it depends on the church you're in. If you're not equipped to be away from the community of the church, that is how they get you. You're right. Scott Clowers here. Happy fucking Sunday, man. Happy International Atheist Day from Scott Rents. Is it International Atheist Day? What's up, Scott Rents? What do you rent?
Every day is International Atheist Day.
Is it? I feel like
Gandalf did die in that fight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think just like real life, if you come back, you were never really dead, were you? It was only mostly dead. It would take a miracle. It was mostly dead. Taking the Miracle Max. Jamie by C. What's up, Jamie by C? Be with us today. Melissa. I love that. Melissa. Sweet Melissa. There's like karaoke. I was dipping back into the karaoke puddle the other day.
The karaoke puddle?
You know, it's not much of an ocean for me.
Just splashing around in a puddle.
Splashing around, you know, singing things you cannot make a fool out of yourself on. But it's good with Carlton in North Carolina. What's up, Carlton? You missed us. We were talking about North Carolina before. State where there's a church in the public park at one point. At one place in Charlotte. I'm pretty sure that's a violation of the Establishment Clause. But honestly, the least of our worries now. They're deporting people for making fun of President Small Hands. And you know what small hands means? We just saw a guy.
Why don't you tell us?
I mean, small penis.
Oh.
We got a guy. There's a guy on the Sunday morning show. You love the Sunday morning show with Jane Pauley?
No.
No. Well, I do. Still got it for Jane Pauley. Looking good at 90 or whatever she is. But yeah, she had the guy on it that he was the Vanity Fair editor. Old guy, Grayson or Graydon, something like that. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Where have you fucking been?
Cult-tastic.
No, I know who this is, sweetheart. Where have you been? I message you. I miss you. I love you. I dream about you.
Oh, it's getting a little weird now.
It always gets weird with me, man. That's what I do. What have you been doing? What are you up to? Thanks for finding us on YouTube. I'm really trying to make a. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just, we want to make sure we stay in touch because shit's getting weird, isn't it? It's getting weird. Get nutty. This is my yeah, so am I. That's why we're here. I'm on TikTok trying to get people to go over there because I don't know if TikTok's going away. Yes, and they keep on. I can't say anything. If I fucking bitch about Trump, they like literally don't show my videos on TikTok.
No censoring is gonna help. Who's trying to censor?
Who's this Cassie K person? Thanks for joining. That's awesome. See, we're up. We've like doubled our.
Cassie K is some wacko Mormon.
Some wacko. Yeah, I think you're right though, Ryan. Have you done a lot? I'll try to find you. What is your? Is this your channel? You got a name? So we can subscribe. I'm just trying to get to 1,000 so I can go do fun shit on the road here and on the street. There's so much
get shot.
So much out there we can make fun of. Scott Clower, changing the subject.
Cassie K is offended. Well, we haven't even done our racist accents yet.
I don't believe that. Well, she's married to you. How much could she be offended?
What, are you doxing us now? Come on now.
Was that? I shouldn't have told that. I shouldn't have given that secret up. I'm fabulous for outing people on social media mistakenly. It's my autism coming through. Yeah, but we're just here chopping it up like my corned beef hash that's left over from St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day. Hey, try one of those. Scott Clower says the pyramids are said to have columns with coils underneath them. What does that mean?
I did see. So I don't know if that's bullshit.
Burger bits. Jason. I love all you people for joining. I know people join and they move on, but if I see you, I'll give you a toot, man. Thanks for being here. What do you think that's about?
Supposedly, there's some new. They discovered how under the pyramids there's like these vast structures, like tubes with connected passageways or some crazy shit.
What? Like it's true?
I don't know. That I'm trying. I haven't dug into it too much, but it seems like just some random bullshit stories that would pop up. But I've seen it a few places, so I don't know. I got to look into it and see what they're talking about.
I failed completely to dress up for St. Patty's Day. So here you go. Here's a toot out for St. Patty's Day. Again, if you missed it. Oh, hi, my friends. It's St. Patrick's Day. Did you drink some green fucking beer? Jason, happy Sunday, everybody! Posted for Click Clout. It was bullshit. Silver the Wordsmith says 2022 article reposted for Click Clout? Clickbait?
Yeah, see, that's what I figured, but
okay, yeah, no, that's cool. I have no idea, but it sounds like what? It sounds like atheist, ancient aliens kind of thing.
Yeah,
would that be where they're going with
on
that?
the History Channel, with the crazy hair sticking up all over the place.
Well, maybe that's just how they engineered them. Maybe they started little and they used hydraulic columns to just push them up out of the earth. And I don't know what the fuck do I know. Yeah,
like a penis emerging.
The Neon Pickle is with us. It sounds vaguely dirty.
Neon Pickle.
A Neon Pickle. Something about that. It sounds like the Velvet Taco. Is it dirty or is it just weird?
Maybe the Neon Pickle and the Velvet Taco go together.
Schadenfreude was just asking. Kevin Schadenfreude. We love Schadenfreude. I literally make my living on Schadenfreude. What do you think of the Egyptian pyramids news? We were just talking about that. We think it's bullshit and clickbait. No finer researcher and fact checker than Silver the Wordsmith, who I actually believe when I say that, says it's bullshit. So I believe it. You read it for shits and giggles? Read the Quran twice. Oh, you mean you read this for shits and giggles? That's brave. Like the Quran, okay. It's pretty well respected. So I'll read it so that I can be an informed critic. The Book of Mormon going to wait till I get past, what do we call it? The bag of Vita? The bag of the balls? I got
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita.
I got to look for a pronunciation.
The Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. But I don't know anything about that. I've not read it yet, but I will. Whoa, shit. Knocking over the phone here. Pringer Bits is back. I saw you before. Pringer Bits? Did you hear J.B. Pritzker called he called Musk and Trump two idiots trying to pull off the scam of their lifetime.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
It was awesome. I love the guy. A rich guy doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't love his politics, but he says what he thinks, and he's not afraid of Trump because he's got his own billions, right? So I had to laugh when I heard him say that. Like, people think that they're like saving money and cutting costs and making government more efficient. He's like, what you really got here, Republicans, is two idiots trying to pull off this scam of a lifetime. It's so fucking true, man. I feel so bad for all the people who are like, it's really going to help me, going to get rid of the immigrants and the fentanyl. And all of a sudden they got no Social Security and Medicare. And what else is going away?
Department of Education.
Yeah. It's little. It's another step. What were you talking about? What did he say? The one asshole that only people were going to miss their Social Security checks.
Oh, yeah, the Commerce Secretary talking about what his 94-year-old mother-in-law or something like that. If she were to miss a Social Security check, she would just think, "Oh, they probably just made a mistake. I'll get it next month. It'll be fine." And she wouldn't contact anyone about it. Like, how many people out there on Social Security that depend on it every month are gonna not say anything if they just don't get their check one month?
No, they're gonna the next day. Die. They need it the next day. Either they're gonna die.
Right.
Their veins.
They're not gonna be able to get their medications. They're not gonna be able to afford food, pay their rent, whatever. Yeah, but that's his case for saying that we got to root out the fraudsters in Social Security because they're the only. I think that's his plan. Is he wants to cut off Social Security for a couple months, and then the people who make noise about it, those are the ones supposedly who are the fraudsters that are not supposed to be getting checks.
It's a fucking joke, man. It's such a fucking. It's so obvious, and they're really like overleaning into the fact that those people are just so happy that he's there that they don't understand that he's wanging. He's working against their best interests. And he always will. Got to give a real one out to Janice. What's up? That crazy cat lady, not crazy cat lady is with me. It's been a minute, woman. Where you been? It's a Danish dumpling.
Especially when those who have Social Security also have younger family who will raise hell for their elder family members. Yeah, of course.
Well, see, but those are the ones who are just stealing it. Probably they're
right.
Actually they're cashing it for a dead person, or they're taking their grandma's money and using
the 150-year-olds
using it for fentanyl that came here on the backs of a Mexican from blah blah blah. Thank you for that, Ryan. No, I hope you're staying with us. I'm pointing at the wrong camera. Thank you for that. I'll try doing that. You don't do shorts? You make them longer than 10 minutes? Isn't it like you make commentary videos that are 15 to 20 minutes and just let them go on?
Well, YouTube? You can do that, and then you can like pull a couple shorts out of the longer video as promotional stuff. Or
yeah, see, I just it hasn't been terribly. I don't feel like it's terribly instinctive, the YouTube creator thing. So I'm gonna start doing it because that's just
like your TikTok stuff, the 1 or 2 minute thing. Those are shorts.
Yeah,
but then if you want to talk about something more substantive.
But you still just make a video and upload it.
Right.
Like if I make a video on here, I don't see any place to say, this is a short, put it in the shorts.
Sure there is.
I don't believe that.
I'll show you later,
okay.
Boomer.
You said you found it on the phone, which I see. When I do it on the phone, it says.
You can specify it as short on there. But it has to be the vertical filming, right? The shorts.
Yeah.
So if you upload like a horizontal video, like a normal aspect ratio, you can't make a short out of it. But there is tools that you can convert it to.
See, that's what I need. That's what I got you here for. You come down here and he just talks and then he doesn't help me. I'm so sad. Why? Love getting called a boomer by a guy who's like turning gray already too. That's always great. But he pretends he's a millennial. This guy, I love it. Yeah, millennials actually goes all the way back to 1970.
Yeah, I'm right on the cusp of X and millennial.
And I'm on the cusp. And I'm on the cusp of boomer and Gen X. So literally.
He is a good little helper.
He's awesome. He's my guy.
I can't tell with this hat if I'm supposed to be Russian or Canadian.
Well, we have a limerick. Does it not fit? Or it looks funny to the other one.
It's fine. It's just the flaps, like maybe not able to hear anything. So I gotta.
That's better. So he's gonna do a limerick for me as Boris Clitoris.
Ooh.
Boris Clitoris. Lithuanian expat in a Siberian gulag.
Careful throwing that clitoris word around. That's a myth.
Click, 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 click. That's because MAGA men literally make it disappear. Their presence makes the poor thing shrink back up like your nuts on a cold day. Nothing gets rid of a clit like a fucking MAGA piece of shit.
Yeah,
that was a rhyme.
Incorporate that into the limerick.
Clits are running for cover in the MAGA age.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't grab my clit.
Well, no, they're literally running for cover because they're afraid of the religious extremism. They're going to start getting cut off.
Yeah. This is the thing. Why are we circumcising men here in America? It's like, they got to go the other way with that. And just make the abuse full time.
Yeah.
If you can't get up and fight for your women, I don't know what you got going on in life right now. If you're not out there standing up for women's rights, you're a piece of fucking living shit. And Scott Clower, you're right. These SOBs are the worst of humanity. We have, in fact, allowed stupid Americans to elect the worst people. I don't even care. Mar was talking last time, but Trump's got a lot of common sense policies. He does, but he's such a living piece of shit. He can't implement one of them in any kind of diplomatic, presidential, or statesmanly way. He's a terrible person. Watch him. They're going to kick us off the air for talking like that. Because honestly, I can't.
Let the countdown begin.
As soon as I started fucking making anti-Trump videos, like Ryan, I only made atheism. I didn't really get very political. I was atheism is atheism. The channel kind of blew up, As soon as I start making, just downright anti-Trump videos, that shit is shadow banned, man. It goes away. People are not seeing it. And I think that he sees TikTok as a way to do that. I think they've got, like, why is TikTok just suddenly, no one even,
It's going to be the official state-run propaganda tool.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any way I would do MAGA hat burnings if I could. If someone would find a way to get hats to me, I would start doing MAGA hat burnings and see if I'm hoping some of you will look for me when they take me away and put me in Guantanamo, because people are scared about that right now. This dude is about silencing any critic. Anybody who doesn't agree with Trump is now labeled the Trump derangement syndrome person. This one chooch is trying to make it a law. Right, trying to change it to an actual legally,
like an actual
categorized, yes, a mental health diagnosis.
They're going to use that to put people on 48-hour psych holds or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, we use it to do whatever they want. When they kick your door in and take you, I don't know how long people are going to put up with this. We got to fucking get out there. And they are. I mean, you see people coming out for Bernie Sanders and AOC. The problem is that those people are never going to speak to the middle. That's the issue. When are we going to have a purple party? When are we going to have somebody that actually represents most people instead of people who represent one extreme or the other? When?
The purple people eaters party. That's what we need.
What's up, Nikolai on Science is here. What's up, Tennis Williams? What's going on? James Silver is with us. That's right. See, atheist on you. Get out of here, dog. Dog wants his food so bad. Biohazard Proudo. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for joining, people. I appreciate you guys, and remember to go over to YouTube and join
TikTok. Check out YouTube. Check out TikTok.
Yes.
We're running cross promotions here. Vertical integration, synergy.
Smash that
all
like
the
button.
Buzzwords.
Smash that like button. I want to get up here and
feed the poor baby. Feed the poor dog baby.
Oh, this is what happened.
You're starving your dog to death. This is animal abuse. That's what's gonna get us kicked off of TikTok. Your animal abuse.
This dog is fat. This dog does not need food. It's certainly not corned beef hash. Oh yes, it's back. These are old antique horns. I need to get like an actual braze or solder, and solder that fucker back together, which I can do, but I'm lazy.
Making TikTok horny with the horns.
We're making TikTok horny again. And
converted it to YouTube horniness. Getting horny for YouTube.
What the hell else is going on? Let me see here. There's some good stuff on here. I'm going to just say right now, if I have to say the word Islam, I'm going to say I slam. Two words.
I slam. That's a good one. Yeah.
Right? I slam Islam. I always have. But if I read some of this stuff here, I'll just get kicked off of the talk. Because these first ones here.
I slam for Allah.
This is great. Someone described Passover as celebrating God killed other people's babies instead of ours day.
Yeah.
And now I can't unsee it. I never thought about it like that. It was perfect description. Yes. God slaughtered other people's babies, not ours. Yes. Have a feast. I love it. But the next one says, "I slam fucking sucks."
Ooh.
That's what somebody's blog. "I slam fucking sucks." Oh, Reddit's like that. It'd be like some kid from Saudi Arabia is like, "God damn it, I got on the internet and no one's watching." He's like, "My dad." He's like, this dude, he's from Iran. He's like, so my country, Iran, fuckers took over government just so they could shove Islam down people's throats. Like, we don't want your fucking stupid religion interfering with how I want to fucking leave our fucking country, motherfuckers.
Hey, that sounds very familiar to what's going on in the United States.
Right?
Taking over the government to shove religion down people's throats.
Right? And then make people want to leave, and then they leave, or they're,
But because it's the right religion, it's the right thing to do.
Here's one. "I slam may be the worst thing ever," in all caps.
Oh.
Blog post by Jews Rock.
Got some hot takes.
Think of everything that makes life worth living: smoking, gambling, drinking, and cracking femboys.
Cracking femboys?
What does that mean? Oh, I know what it means, I guess. Imagine something that bans all of those awesome things.
Yeah.
That's pretty much Islam.
Pretty much.
It's pretty much fundamentalist Western religion. All of these things. You see, we live in a culture that demonizes sex and glorifies violence, and of course, Christianity supposedly is kind of against both of those things. But we end up with a culture where it's okay to forget about the peaceful part and go ahead and get a gun and defend your home and join the army and blow somebody away and be proud about it. Never mind turn the other cheek. Never mind love thy neighbor. Never mind love thy enemy. But sex, no. Pleasure, demonized. If it feels good, it has to be bad for you. How do we get there with Christianity, which could have been just about, don't kill the government guys. They're dicks, but we kind of need them to get the trash picked up. Don't kill the rich people. They really do have some factories that give your people work. Just try to be mindful. Try to be good. Don't sleep with your neighbor's wife. It's just going to cause problems on the block. Right? But now we got guns, God, and Jesus,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Clower says Jeff Yass was a major TikTok investor, bailed Trump out by helping him with bail money. Yes, see, that's that I believe, because Trump always needs money. He always needs money. He's got a house of cards that always needs propped up because he's a wealth burner. He's not a wealth builder.
But he's such a great businessman.
Yeah, such a great businessman. That's wouldn't it have been something to see if he'd have had to start from zero like a lot of people, what he could have built,
Well, we wouldn't have seen anything because he wouldn't be anyone.
Wouldn't be anyone, right? He wouldn't even be a guy.
He'd be some homeless
fuck. All right, thanks for slamming that like button. Appreciate you people. A little slow on the likes today, but that's all right. It's been a couple of weeks since we got on, and we're trying to fucking re-up the whole thing, and get people to go over to YouTube. So please join us on YouTube. Subscribe. We're gonna make more videos. Ryan's got a good idea because it's part of what I do well. An American atheist stole my TikTok channel. If you know that, Ryan, I was trying to teach. You probably saw for a while I was doing just informational vids on right-wing activities, Christian kind of evangelical watchdog shit, right? Whatever was going on, I would just put information out there, and if you guys want, go to American Atheists and donate. They literally tricked me into giving them that account, and they locked me out of it. An account that I created, pretty sure. It's an intellectual property theft thing. So, my world is, in terms of its loyalty to those assholes, is about to change. I've been griping about it a little bit. Like, I'm just okay. There's nobody watching, really. I got a little bit of a TikTok following, so I can get the word out there. I'm about to go full everything on those assholes because they've failed us. They have failed us in every way. I'm really reconsidering why I even volunteer for an organization that is less concerned about separation of church and state and more concerned about being another screeching voice from the progressive left, which I'm not against progressive ideas. I'm not. People know me. I will always stand up for any social justice where I'm completely completely progressive socially. I blame the progressive left, the screeching woke community, on leaving us with Trump. They turned off the middle and the people in the country so bad that they couldn't beat a certified lunatic. And American Atheist has gone off the rails, being they're just a leftist, and they're screaming about transgender rights and gay rights, which is great. But why do you exist as an atheist organization to promote separation of church and state if you're just going to be another transgender promotion? But they have their own movement, they have their own organizations. We need separation of church and state, and we don't need people in the middle to be turned off from that concept by cleaving so closely to the radical left. It doesn't fucking move anything forward. They fucking suck. And now they've stolen my fucking creative intellectual property. And I know it because they don't want the voice of any of their social media being an old white guy, which I get, right? But I'm a volunteer. Tell me that, right? Tell me that we'd really like to just do this ourselves. Thank you for starting it. I'm good with that. They surreptitiously stole my fucking property from me, and I naively thought they would let me stay involved in it. So I'm embarrassed for them as an organization. They've overreacted to this. David Silverman, who's a douche, right? Everybody knows he misused their money. He flew around the country, abused people sexually. I have experience with him. I know what kind of person he is, and I know why they wouldn't want to pick somebody who is going to follow in that kind of controversial role, right? But what they've done is go too far the other way.
This rant brought to you by the Atheist Underground. Check us out on YouTube. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Thank you for interrupting that, Rand. I might have gone on forever. So I get this guy around for more reasons, but yeah. So thank you, Ryan, for listening to that. That's what happened there. But I've obviously got what it takes to do that on my own. I don't need to do it under the name American Atheist. I could just start another channel.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
And do it again. Well, we're trying to do it live, right? But I wanted to get away from the sarcastic part and just do one where I put on a tie and I'm like, listen, here's a guy in West Virginia, his rights are getting stomped on by help him out, right? And it was working. Like, people were like, yes, thank you. I didn't even know American Atheists existed, which again, shows you the failure of the organization itself. They've got a new communications director who no one's heard of and I don't get communicated with from. So I don't really know what they do. But, we'll see. I don't know where that's going to go. What else we got on the docket here? Anything?
What else we got? I still don't know anything about this crazy basement tiger guy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to have to research that.
Maybe we'll learn something.
Maybe next week we'll have a story to lead off with the basement tiger.
I hate this religious bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this religious crap being shoved down my throat 24/7. I don't give a rat's ass about fasting, praying, or any of this fake ass nonsense my family tells me to do. Go to the mosque, read the Quran, pray 5 times a day. Shut up already. I don't care. Never will. How was your fast? Did you feel the hunger? Nah, I didn't feel shit because I wasn't fasting. Now get the hell away from me. This guy's awesome. Yeah. I'm losing my sleep over this bullshit too. I had to wake up at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. for the past 3 days, and it'll continue until Ramadan ends. They drag my ass out of bed at some ungodly hour just to fake some prayers while I'm half dead and cursing every second of it. I gotta open this so I can read the rest. This is killing. This guy's going, man. I ain't feeling closer to no God, and I'm feeling closer to throwing hands. I don't want to sit through another goddamn sermon. Let me alone. I can't say this out loud for obvious reasons. I just want to live my life the way I want to, without fear, without pressure, without this suffocating weight of religion dragging me down every second of the day. I can't. Not yet. He just wants to smoke some weed and get laid.
That's the line of the year. I'm not feeling closer to God. I'm only feeling closer to throwing hands.
I ain't feeling closer to no God.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling closer to no God. I'm feeling closer to throwing hands. Go. Outrageous Bread, $29.91 on Reddit.
Outrageous Bread.
Subrated atheist. That's fucking awesome. What's up?
Print the t-shirt. Yeah.
What? Nikolai on Science didn't even comment. Were you still here, Nick? What? Did I miss you? Did you say hey, or did you just jump on for a second? TikTok tie. Veritas always. Thanks for the gifts. Love you. Lyrial LeBron? Not sure what that means. What's up with you, man? Michelle Croyle, thank you for the gifts. I gotta fill the puzzle piece, Dave. Can he do it?
Gonna get kicked off for being
Done.
a robot.
No, I'm not a robot.
All right, we're live human boys.
It's the one thing we can say about me is I'm not a robot. Conformism is really what I fight. I feel like more and more. I feel like
this entire show has been generated by AI, so
I don't know that my intelligence is not artificial. This all might be a simulation.
Ooh,
right?
Let's get into some philosophy.
If this is a simulation, then certainly all of our intelligence is artificial, correct?
Not necessarily, but perhaps.
Thanks for the non-committal.
Yeah. No. But maybe.
Oh boy says, Major says that he sounds angry because he's fasting. He's angry.
He's angry. Hell yeah, he is.
That's awesome. Major's with us. Knocking one off. You like the shirt? It's all right. I got it in San Antonio, which of course is just a fucking shithole of conservatism. But it's got a great, obviously got a great Latino community down there and a lot of good art from it. But yeah, I got that when I was with FFRF. If you're gonna give money, give it to FFRF. Fuck American Atheists right now. Give it to FFRF, and they at least use your money for lawsuits in Congress that get things done. Right? They got their own issues too, but yeah. No, thanks everybody for being here. It's almost an hour already.
The time flies when you're ranting and being ridiculous.
Cassie wants me to print the T-shirt. What's that mean? This one?
When we were talking about the I ain't feeling closer to no God. I'm only feeling closer to throwing hands.
Okay.
That's a good atheist T-shirt.
Good atheist. I got another atheist T-shirt coming. I made a couple. I gotta find an investor. That's what I gotta find. Hey, Dave, who do we know that's rich? Dave.
Let's find some rich people.
Finance the train. We need to finance the train. I got some people in mind. But,
hey, rich TikTokers, head over to YouTube and like and comment and subscribe. And tell us how you can finance our operation
and send us MAGA hats. I would love to make a big pile of MAGA hats and have a public hat burning, man. That would get us some attention, wouldn't it?
Man, probably the wrong kind of attention. It would get us deported to Venezuela.
When have I ever ran away from the wrong kind of attention?
I'm not saying to run away from it.
It's true. Okay. Should we do a hat burning, 8-Ball? Most likely.
Most likely.
I think so. The problem is if you buy one, you're giving money to the shitbirds.
That's my whole issue is, yeah, I'd love to burn them, but I don't want to.
And you don't find them in the secondhand store because the people that have them aren't going to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right? And the people that have stores, you can't get one at Target, right? Because Target is not stupid. They don't want to, you can't, I don't think. I guess maybe Walmart. I don't think you can't really find those in stores because people don't want to. They don't want to offend 51% of the public.
Right.
It's like, no, thank you. So you have to get them online or get them at like one of those corner ass, right? Somebody, a guy with a van like selling it. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Deconstruct with me, JD. Deconstruct with me, man. Hammer 0851 is with us. What's up, Hammer?
Deconstruct with a hammer. Yeah, what else is going on?
Well, I wanted to look at this article because this feels fairly instinctive to me. Like, I'm not surprised to read this. Not now, thank you. This is from the Independent, which I find to be a pretty good source. Gen Z far less likely to be atheists than parents and grandparents. And this is in the UK, this study.
Gen Z less likely to be atheist.
Less likely to be atheist. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, and I knew right away what this is going to get at because I have Gen Z kids and I have a millennial kid and I see what goes on. And what's dying is religion, organized religion.
Yeah.
Spirituality, they're finding their own way. They're making it. It's not really, people won't identify as atheists because they've just taken on their own. They're less afraid to make up their own religion in their minds, which is kind of was on the road to atheism for me after I left what was a liberal church, looking back on it, a very, very liberal, modern thinking, mainline Protestant sect, the kind of religions that are dying in America first. because the only people that want religion want it spoiled down anyway, so that they can swallow it and be done. But those religions, those organized religions, are losing members. We know this. The churches are getting smaller. Even the mega churches, they're crapping out. But kids aren't less spiritual. They like astrology. They like Wicca. They like paganism. They like having their own whatever it is, animist ideas, or when the whole God is within us. God is the divine. I get all that and this is what I'm getting at when I went through that in college, when you maybe you took acid for the first time or something. You're like, okay, yeah, and you come up with your own idea of what God is. Did you ever do that?
No.
He went straight out of Catholic.
He went straight to logic, to bullshit.
Yeah, he went straight from Catholicism to logic. So you're just a guy,
I don't fuck around.
Intellectually equipped, right? And to me, it was like, all right, it was more of a stop at Unitarianism and then a stop at tarot or something. You know what I mean? Just because I was getting high in college with some buddies and learning about a guy in the Southwest, read a lot of Carlos Castaneda, and ate some peyote and had some ideas, and so. I went through a minute where I figured that there was some metaphysical universe that maybe was involved out there before I was just like, okay, whatever. This is obviously all just crap. But I don't think the kids today are. I don't think it's not really in human nature. Do you think to give up that? I don't think.
To give up like
a spiritual searching. Yeah, I think that's pretty much hardwired in most people.
I'm not sure.
And the same way that most people are followers, and the few people that are leaders end up being the guy that sails around the world the first time or whatever, because that's how most people are wired to want to believe that the pattern is right, and to listen to an authority figure, and to be afraid of the noise in the bush. I think that's why we have more followers than leaders on the planet. Right? I don't know. I think that's all part of the same thing. I think that most people feel like there's something greater out there.
Yeah, probably. But
which there is, like every asteroid that floats by is greater than me and us. So I don't know.
Wow, come on now. It is good though.
Let it hit you and then see.
Decline of organized religion and all that, and people moving on to doing their own thing instead of joining into that crazy group think.
Gen Z was raised by Gen X, so it makes sense that they are not religious. Why? Because Gen X was. What do you think she means by that?
Well, that kind of ties into the article, the headline being that Gen Z are less likely to be atheists. I think that probably is because Gen X were more likely to be atheists. So it's kind of swinging back the other way, right? Like you're talking about the Gen Z, they're becoming more spiritual and stuff, whereas the people they were raised by, Gen X, more likely to be atheists, probably.
But she says Gen Z was raised by Gen X, so it makes sense they are not religious. But this says Gen Z is more religious, is getting more religious than Gen
No. It doesn't say they're getting more religious. It says they're less likely to be atheists.
Okay. Now that I don't understand that.
Less likely to be atheist does not mean more likely to be religious. It just means more likely to think that there's some higher power, but that's not religious.
So she says Gen X was not really parented. They roamed around free in most countries, and so they weren't that influenced
that's key children.
because boomers were detached as parents.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a broad brush. But how does that explain then how? I don't understand how that means that makes Gen Z not religious. The study is showing that Gen Z is more religious than Gen X. So how is Gen X? I don't know. Maybe I'm dense.
You keep coming back to the study saying Gen Z is more religious, but it doesn't say that. It says they're.
Well, how does that relate to her comment? She says not religious. She doesn't say atheist. She says also not religious.
Okay. But that you're bringing it back to the article, but they're not compatible.
Okay. So the comment is just on its own.
Yes.
Black Cat is here. What's up, Black Cat? One of my mods. Where you been? Haven't seen you in a minute. Give you a big tooth. That's right. Oh, it's the Atheist Underground. Going live most of these Sundays at 10:30 in the Central Zone. It's weird to talk about times, isn't it? We're on the whole damn world, right? That's a boomer thing. I can't get used to the fact that this goes instantly around the world in my mind. You're like, we're here, it's 10 a.m. And
people watching us in the middle of the night.
people watching us in the middle of the night. Janice says, what time is it over there? It's got to be 7 hours ahead, right? In Denmark, 6 or 7 from here at least. So yeah, it's already the evening.
Having their midnight snack, watching some crazy white guys spew nonsense about atheism.
And eat cold corned beef hash because I'm talking too much to enjoy it, and I'm gonna have to heat it up because it was tasty. But yeah, all right. So at first I was like, that's terrible, but it's not like they're going back to church all of a sudden,
right?
They're just
finding their own path.
More likely to be theist but not religious. That's an interesting separation. Yeah, I agree. Or theist or just spiritual as they describe it, right?
Yeah.
And they might bucket the idea of theism too, because I think some of them don't believe in a personal God, right? A singular intelligence that doles out favors or punishment. Depending, I think more of a there's a living connection between everything, kind of.
I would say probably a lot of them think about higher power, but not necessarily like a conscious or aware.
Right.
Kind of similar to what you're talking about with the asteroid,
right?
But not quite so blunt.
More like being to tap into the spatial mycorrhiza that's in the Star Trek, right?
Midichlorians? Oh no,
the thing that runs the worm drive, or what do they call it? They have a.
I'm not a big Trekkie.
No, sure. In Strange New World, or in Discover, I guess, the one with the black chick for the captain. Sequoia, I can't remember her name. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to say it. Martin Green or Martin Jones, right? She's they have a what the mycorrhiza is on Earth, the fungal connection between all living plants on a continent essentially are connected through a fungal network, and so science fiction, emphasis on the fiction, went there in that series where a similar thing exists in space. So instead of wormholes or I forget what they call it. The mycodrive, they maybe call it. They found a way to tap into that phase of existence where giant nematodes and tardigrade exist, and you can instantly transport yourself on this network to another part of the space-time continuum. It's more edgy than string theory, right? Yeah, it's just like a silly thought, really, but it's real on Earth, so it's interesting to think about. But I don't know.
Theism without religion feels pretty useless. Like it might as well.
My bad. It's been so long that I was forgetting. I forgot what you're. Okay, sorry, Joy, but truly, that. I don't mean that. Spiritual, unfortunately, has a religious connotation, but there's a move away from. Yeah, that's what I think. You're right about that. Apple user. God, now I feel bad. What's up, Pojo is with us. Where you been, Pojo? You sleep late today, man? Patrice, I don't think I've been on since the time changed, man. Patrice is with us. Been a few weeks, and we're getting towards noon here, so we're probably winding down. If anybody's got anything they want to talk about, or what did you see any? You saw Mickey 17, right?
Yes.
It's good, right? Look at this dog.
It's pretty. Yeah, what's the dog doing?
She's just in the shot.
What's the dog doing?
She's never in the shot. She hates it. But anyway,
maybe all the acting was great. It was a great concept, idea, philosophy. All the stuff that you want was there. I really liked it. It was a good movie. I would see it again. Just something kind of, I don't know. The whole thing didn't quite add up for me. But like I said, it was good. Oh yeah. I think it could have been a little bit shorter. It was a little too long, I think.
That happens a lot, doesn't it? It's like,
Yes.
what is up with people? The day, movies used to be 90 minutes.
Yeah, this was
You
like
know?
2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah, in 2 hours, okay, you expect a movie to take 2 hours, but
Right.
if it's gonna be 2.5 hours, it needs to fucking be. It needs to be Endgame or something. It needs to
Yeah.
be scene after scene of fun.
And it just felt a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Overly self-indulgence. Yeah, like taking out that extra 20 minutes, streamlining it a little bit more, and then I think it would have been great. But it was still good.
Yeah. Mother Maiden Queen is with us. Jason, can the judges stop him? And I mean for real. We're going back to Agent Orange. Can the judges stop him? It's going to take the people. I mean, it's going to have to. If we make it to the next elections, the people need to get Republicans out of it.
Yeah, the judges are trying their best to stop him to the point where now everyone in the administration is shitting on the judges and trying to turn.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Them. Yes, trying to turn the public against them. Smear campaign. Why would they be against this? Why would they be? Because we live in a country of rule and law, supposedly, and that's going away. And it's disgusting to watch from the inside. It's disgusting. I started my passport process. I'm going to be ready.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. They in the county. I was very proud. The county had like an event yesterday where they helped. And I went and I didn't go because a line was 2 hours.
Oh. Everyone's getting that passport.
Yeah, everyone's getting that passport. I'm like, wow. When rednecks from the fucking West County are getting fucking passports, I was stunned. I was like, holy crap, man. I could do it during the week and go downtown to the court, but it was just sort of a, help you through the process, kind of an event, right? And it got people out, man. And they take your photo right there and they help you do it, right?
Well, yeah, I think it's at the point where even the people who voted for him and are on board with everything he's doing are like, I like the way America's going, but just in case.
Where would you go? I don't know.
Just in case I want to be prepared to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I speak Spanish. I can go anywhere south. But Canada's pretty damn close. Stop it. Go down. Go on.
There are a lot of places that are fairly English speaker friendly that you could adjust and adapt to.
Anywhere in Scando, I would go. I would go to Iceland. I'd go back. I'd stay in Iceland if they'd have me. Fuck yeah, I'd be the shortest person there. But that's okay.
It's just surrounded by tall, beautiful blonde people.
Icelandic women, the most beautiful women I've ever been around. I kid you not.
Yeah,
I was blown away. I flew on Iceland Air to England back and forth and had to stay in Iceland. Had to. It was the best part of the trip. The flight attendants on Iceland Air, I couldn't stop drooling on my belly. I was like, it's not even real. I was like, I was in a movie with Giselle Bundchen, Heidi Klum, and they were all better looking than these people that I mentioned. It was stunning. And then I got to Reykjavik and I was like, no wonder people put up with the dark. Good Lord. Yeah, Amsterdam, come on. He wants to annex Iceland. That's Greenland. Iceland, I don't know if he wants to annex Iceland so much, but probably. He just, it's so obvious. He's at the end of his life. He's got nothing to lose. He wants to try to be a dictator like Putin. He wants to try to be a strong man where everybody tells him he's the best thing that ever fucking existed and he can run it all. And if you don't see that, you're just not a smart person. I don't know how to help you there. If you think that he's really fighting for you in your farm in Idaho, the pretty folks moved to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Thanks for the hint there. Spicy. Love you, man. Thanks for joining. Did you work that? That's great. Yeah, that's funny. Greenland, they did that on purpose. Greenland and Iceland have the opposite names that they should have. They taught us that in school, man.
Greenland is icy, and Iceland is green.
The people from Iceland, because they got to Iceland first, and then they found Greenland, and they're like, let's name this one Greenland, and the other idiots,
it'll be hilarious. We'll just fuck with everyone.
The ones that do come to Iceland, we'll make them throw one of their daughters in one of these volcano holes.
Oh.
for a sacrifice. Human sacrifice. Rock Hall, what's up? Rock Hall! Thanks for being with us, my friend. We had a baby soon after moving there. Coincidence? I don't know. Sexy. Yes, babies come from Iceland.
Well, yeah.
The Poe show, is that where babies come from? Yeah. You think Norwegians are prettier? I suppose you have more experience than me. And this was 40 years ago or 35 years ago. But yeah, I don't know. Something in the water, maybe. Yeah, all that volcanic filtered water that comes out of the hills trickling down. No, that's just great. You know, they heat the roads with the germal theo. No, germal theo.
Germal theo, yeah. That stuff works pretty good.
I had a gerbil named Theo.
Oh.
I'm addled. Let's have a contest at your house to figure it out. Between Norwegians and Icelandic babes.
Yeah.
What you're saying? All right.
Invite them all over, line them up, and yeah,
that
let's get
sounds
to it. Let's figure it out.
Awfully sexist. You volunteer for tribute? All right, spicy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take one for the team. That one, that's awesome. Woo! But yeah, go see. I gotta see Mickey 17. That's on my list. Did you know that it's never too late to regrow your hair?
Who has plan?
I'm reading articles on this one. Says access treatments made with minoxidil and finasteride. I'm not trying to advertise for.
The wife is still watching, so apparently I have plans the night that Norwegian Icelandic beauty contest is taking place.
Oh. Someone jealous. I finally left Christianity after practicing it my whole life. I'm happy. That's what happens.
Yeah. Not saddled with all that guilt and bullshit anymore.
When some Christians claimed Obama was the mark of the beast, did that happen? The fact that they don't think that they don't remember that the Antichrist is supposed to come as, a man of peace, right? He's disguised as a holy man and a man of peace, right? Trump is clearly, if any of that shit is true, it's clearly Trump. He's the Antichrist. Pretending to be religious. When they all go to hell on a Trump wagon, they'll be like, oh no, you fooled us. He pulled back his wig. Well, under his fucking ugly wig, there'll be a 666 tat. Thank you. Joy is still with us. I'm so thankful. I really, I don't. Maybe I gotta slow down on the whiskey during the week. Starting to lose my. You gotta hang out with me, baby. I miss you. My big question: why has nothing supernatural ever happened to you? See, you just don't know it. If you opened your mind to it, you would see that it has. That's what the believers just believe, and then you'll believe.
Yeah,
you're right. You hear that a lot. If you just open your heart and believe, God will become real.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that work for $1 million? Spicy.
What's getting spicy? Your corned beef
Spicy's.
hash?
I think Spicy's taking a little bit of grief for the objectification. I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't assume. I'm not being able to keep up with the comments like I should. I'm not blind and I'm not deaf. I've been looking for it for over 50 years. What's he looking for?
The Icelandic and Norwegian women. Looking for the supernatural occurrences or that prove God, probably.
Oh, yeah, opening your heart to it. Yeah, I was like, people say that. I was there. Like, I've done that. They're like, if you just use, I hope that God, he found me. All right, he did that. I've been there. Read that book. What's up, Mike Pacharico? Hounds Hollow. Hounds Hollow sounds like one of those neighborhoods in Tennessee, doesn't it? Where are you from? I'm from Hounds Hollow. Where are you from? Well, I'm from Piney Meadow.
I just drank a glass of water without choking. It was clearly supernatural. God saved me from the devil's plan of me drowning in a glass of water.
Well, the God who made you with the breathing hole where your drinking hole is, that God,
Yes.
the God that made it possible for us to choke to death while just trying to nourish ourselves, that God. God who made us perfect, so perfect we had to slice our penises off when we
In
were
his
born.
own image.
In his own image, but apparently his own image doesn't have a foreskin because we have to correct that
Right.
that fuck up that he did there. Oh God, woo! I would undergo foreskin restoration surgery if I could. Would you? Or do you have your
No.
foreskin? You're
The
gonna.
fuck do I care about my foreskin?
I don't know.
If I had it, I would have it.
So you're Catholic. So they lap your ween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of people don't these days. You get lucky, then it's not insurance doesn't always cover it. That's a big part. And modern insurance doesn't always cover it like it used to. It used to be a cash cow, and it still is. But it used to be just like, oh, there's another one. Building insurance, $600, $800. No.
Balrog has come around to see the other side. That it wasn't God that saved him from the devil's evil plan. It was the devil that saved him from God's evil plan.
Devil is the hero in the story, all the time. Right? Devil comes down and tells the truth in the Garden of Eden, Garden of America. Sorry.
Devil was fighting for the angels' freedom from God's oppression.
The only lane is with us. The only lane. Why can't I look at your? I'm not trying to send an invite. I'm trying to look at your profile pic. It looked like you changed it.
Oh, got a stalker.
I'll take foreskins for 200. Who do we have a stalker?
I don't know. Did you just say someone's looking at someone's profile?
No, but if it's someone that can be invited to go live, it puts that in the bar, and I think it's just because they have enough followers to go live with me. Maybe it doesn't say that for everybody. It says invite this guest to go live.
Yeah.
But other guests, it'll just say this person joined, right? And if I click on their profile pic, it'll bring up their profile.
Those are the Russian bots spying for Agent Orange.
But if I click on one that has the invite no matter where I click on the bar, it invites. I can't click up the. Oh, the flower man is with us. Wait, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much.
Oh,
what's up, man? Where you been, dude? He's the flower man.
If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much.
You ain't. Like you ain't much. Yeah, right. That's good, right? I'm happy because I got a little Dutch in me.
What's his name?
Very little, because I'm 5'6". I don't. Yeah, well, there's that joke too. The low hanging fruit, right? Thanks, buddy. You got a little Dutch in you? No. Would you like one? Music. Let's do German. Thanks. There you go. Now I can look. Hi, Lainey. How you been? It's been a minute for you too. Is the flower man not an atheist, Joy? I don't know. If you're from Iceland, maybe you get some bragging on the Dutch. Iceland's too. I don't know, but I got to agree. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. If you're only as tall as I am, you don't know because you're kind of tall. You're sort of normal height at least. If you're a short guy like I am, and you go to a place like the Netherlands, you can't even get your dick over the urinal lip.
Ooh,
the shit's hung for dudes who are 6'4". Everybody is giant in the Netherlands. Have you seen? There's a guy who sells bulbs to us in our industry. The fucker's 7'1".
Holy shit.
It's crazy. You got to duck through your door when he comes in. Man, Dutch people are tall.
Yeah, if you look at a graph of European countries' average height by nation, and like all the other nations are high, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", whatever, all of a sudden you get up to those Norwegian countries and yeah, it's all over 6 feet.
Yeah, I got to bring a milk crate into the pisser. Pojo lived in Hong Kong and he was average height. You a short guy, Pojo? Lived in Hong Kong and he was average height. He could buy shoes. So I work with Mexicans because I tower over most of my guys. We love it now. We can get our racial stereotypes on this morning. Who else is short? Who's tall? But yeah, I was always a pretty. You know where else they're tall is Jamaica. Fucking A.
Really?
Yes. That's the same way. I could not get my wee over the urinal. I had to tiptoe, not to dribble on my shoes.
Well,
Laura. Thanks for joining.
Did you consider just kind of arcing your stream like a parabola?
Oh, I've considered everything.
Okay.
When we were in grade school, we got busted. This principal walked in on us. One of us, me and my gang of patriots and idiots, we
Bunch of little rapscallions.
yes, rapscallions. You know, we were the smart kids, but we were the class clowns too, right? We were all smart, but thought we were funny. One of us was doing that, like peeing into the urinal from like 7 feet away, arcing it across the floor.
Yeah.
One was pissing in the trash can. One was pissing in the sink. And I think one was trying to hit the ceiling. I swear to God.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not a good call to my parents.
The ceiling is a lofty goal.
It was an old building with low ceilings. I don't think he was near making it.
No.
But, yeah. That first, when you build up and you get that first.
The initial push.
Yeah, maybe an initial.
But after that, it's just kind of splashing back on your face.
Parabola in the house. It's true. That's why South Africa is the world champs in rugby. What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with something?
South Africa. We mentioned Jamaica and Norwegian countries and
height.
Hong Kong.
Height? Is that what we're talking about? Because they're tall. Because they're of Dutch descent. The Afrikaners. They're the world champs in rugby. Does that make you better at rugby? I wouldn't think so necessarily.
I would think for rugby you would want to be more
kind of
stocky,
right?
Yeah.
But
Center of gravity.
What do I know about rugby? I avoided playing rugby. There was a club, and I'm like, dudes are like smashing each other, and I'm like, okay, I was an okay athlete, right? But I'm not big, right? But I'm not skinny, so I could play some football. I could play with the kids, but rugby. Am I going to join a rugby club at 23? And these dudes are like 240 and big, thick dudes, but not necessarily tall. But I'm like, no, I like my face too much and whatnot. And my bones, I like them in the order that they're in.
Yeah.
To play rugby. Thank you. But I don't. Always felt like I'm too small for rugby. And the dude said, I wouldn't think you're too small for rugby. And he's right. If I was looking on it, I'm like, okay, if I was inclined, because I was quick and I could cut, right, and catch, and I could take a hit, I guess. But I was just like, no. Those maybe when I was 16, not anymore, buddy. But yeah, rugby, not really a sport we see very much here.
No.
But rugby's got one of those sports, right? Football, American football should go back to at least the soft helmets, right? That would reduce the hits. It's so obvious. It would. It's so obvious. You just look at old timey football. If you don't feel like your head is protected, you're not going to drive it into someone's head.
So rational people, yes. The people who go into football these days, I feel, are bored, especially like linebackers and shit like that, are borderline psycho enough that you could go out in no padding helmets whatsoever. They're still going to be laying people out.
Yeah, but I just don't think they'll be they'll avoid getting their own head cracked, just like they always did. I hear what you're saying, especially there's like steroid rage and dudes are just over weird and pumped and I don't know, too much Jesus, too much. I don't know. You're right. Thank you, Joey, for banging away on the likes on the YouTube. We really want to get this up and running, and we'll do more. We'll post some videos, some skits, and we'll start getting our art on. I'm very encouraged by today's activity. And like I said, it's been a couple of weeks, so you build up some shit to talk about, and Agent Orange continues to flout the law. This whole thing with demonizing the judges.
Milwaukee atheists. Who's this?
Hello, where you been, man?
Conductor?
Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you. It's my guy, Rick Lawrence from Milwaukee Atheists. He's a guy. Follow him on TikTok. Follow him on YouTube if you don't already. He's way bigger on the tube than I am. And we're going to see you David. Thursday, dude.
But I'm not a train conductor.
That's David. And he's been helping me out getting this thing cranked up.
But I am beautiful. Thank you.
But yeah, Lawrence dissects the Bible. And I plug him because I love what he does from an atheist and a secular historian standpoint. He studies and breaks down the old myths and tries to get at the truth of what He went to those old campfire stories. Yeah, we are doing it this Thursday. That's what I started saying, man. Put yourself on the meetup and let's start making a plan. Maybe Dave can start coming to that one. You probably don't want to be in the hookah bar. It's not terribly. It's really kind of not smoky. It's not like an uncomfortable atmosphere to be in. I think people don't come because
I would prefer it to be an uncomfortable atmosphere,
but not necessarily in the lack of oxygen way.
Perhaps if I show up, I can make it an uncomfortable.
Well, we can count on that. I mean, great job! You've gone live for 90 minutes.
Holy shit!
Don't forget to take a break. Hey, TikTok! Don't forget to suck a bag of dicks.
TikTok! Don't you ever tell us how to live our lives again.
Lady Lintz won. Sam Hoffman. What's up, Sam Hoffman? That is good. What
making situations uncomfortable is in fact what I do best.
It's like you don't even try, right?
It's my natural talent. Everyone's got to have something they're good at.
It's in that song. There's a popular song right now on the alternative set where the guy says that. He says, I ruin the vibe so easily. Or it's coming.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's me. I sing that song. Didn't you know I was in a band?
What's your band, man?
The one who sings that song you were talking
Boris
about.
Clitoris and the Labia?
Yeah.
Boris Clitoris and the Labial Folds. Hey, everybody, this is Boris Clitoris. We'll be here all night. Your favorite lounge songs. That's funny. Let's hear the Russian accent. Give it a little shot like this. Look at the big Russian accent.
Well, now you got me.
Think of
you got me nervous.
Make fun of John Malkovich from Rounders. Go over the top and pay the man. Pay your man his money.
What's the main thing he says in there? I can't remember now.
He beat me fair and square. Pay the man his money.
You get man his money.
Get the man his money. He's just chewing the shit out of that accent.
Yeah.
Bill Weller, where you been, man? What's up, Crimson Canine? I love that. Clever. Crimson Canine. That sounds like an alt band.
This man here represents the Crimson Canine.
That's good. See, I got that'll work. I got a limerick, and I would do it myself, but I'm trying to build a team here. You know, I need help producing videos. I need help acting. I need some actors.
He afraid of all the people calling him the racist.
Really, am I? I should be saying about it.
He throw me under bus.
You do accent of just don't do a brown person. It's funny. It's okay to make fun of Russians. You watch. But
in Soviet Russia,
don't do the
bus throw under you.
Well, I'll look for it. I forget which limerick. I got more limericks coming. We saw. Thank you, and Joy saw the return of Sir Hugo and the limericists. And we'll start putting those on YouTube for the shorts and I hope
that has a little bit of a bad sound to it. The limericists could easily be misinterpreted as the limeracists.
The limeracists, easy. We're gonna get us kicked out by TikTok. And Lawrence, of course, reminded me that he is a fucking Russian.
I'm sorry, my friend.
You are dirty Russian. You cannot be trusted, you Bolshevik.
Oh.
I totally forgot about that. You forget about it because first the guy's too tiny to be a Russian. When you see him, you're like, there's no way. But yeah, Putin's kind of little, isn't he? So who knows?
Yeah.
We tease him because he's been here his whole life, so he doesn't have any accent. And he's got that Russian brain where he can learn like 20 languages. I don't know what it is. Something about that Slavic brain. They really can learn language.
Yeah.
Right? They all speak better English than any of you speak Russian. I fucking guarantee that.
I guarantee.
Right? And plus, you're right there. You know, they had to take over 50 other Slavic-speaking lands. So anybody, you know, in the Russian army probably knows, you know, everything from Polish to Romanian and back. Right? They're good at it, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're good at it. They're good at it. But yeah, that's funny. Here we are fucking with Russian. Boris Clitoris is with us today. Boris, what have you done for the country today?
Today?
Yes. What have you done for glorious
Russia?
motherland of Russia?
I sorry to say, I do nothing.
Boris, you are a useless product of communist system. You are lazy.
I have no ambition.
You have no work ethic whatsoever. Oh, visibility restricted. They're not showing me the Russians.
Oh,
We've got our visibility restricted. It's the first step towards getting kicked off. We've made fun of Russians. See?
We can no longer be seen.
Trump has seen us. He's making fun of Russians today. Don't make fun of my best friend, my daddy. He's my daddy. Putin is my daddy.
But that kind of pushes it the other way. Like if we can no longer be seen by Russians, now we can really make fun of Russians, right? Isn't that how it works?
Of course, you're right about that, and I think Russians grow up a little bit more bilingual especially in that day, maybe. But Lawrence's grandfather's name was Boris.
Oh, geez.
Was it Boris Clitoris?
Yeah.
I can see Russia from my house. Hey, can you see Sarah Palin? Is she your neighbor? She still live in Alaska? Alaska. I don't know. Alaska. Does she? Took a few times there, but yeah, she moved back to the lower 48. Apply her remaining political.
Well,
power.
she has mentioned that she would not be opposed.
She does
opposed to taking a spot in the Trump administration.
Well, she's like,
so we can look forward to that.
I'll say something nice about Trump.
Yeah. She lives in a state of confusion.
What job's he gonna give me if I'm complimenting him? She couldn't do any worse. Have you seen the fucking goon who's the borders are? He's like Otis from the Andy Griffith show. He looks like they just let him out of jail for being drunk all day on the street. His tie is crooked, his butt, he's got like his teeth are sunk. That's the guy you saw on TV. He's like, we're gonna keep doing it. I don't care what the judge says. We're gonna keep on doing it. We're gonna get rid of those immigrants. Literally, I'm like, this is the guy. But Musk said this is the best cabinet ever, smartest, best cabinet ever. We get the dog shooting granny on the cabinet. Who's your favorite cabinet member, Dave?
My favorite cabinet member. Holy shit.
He's such an idiot, Laney. He's such an idiot. Lady, I missed you so much. Where you been? That's my girl, Lane. The only Lane that I love. Got a question for the 8-ball?
Ask the 8-ball who's the favorite cabinet member. So I got nothing.
It needs to be a yes or no question. I don't know if you've used the 8-ball before.
Well, the 8-ball's limited usefulness is not going to fly with me.
The fact that you know who Andy Griffith is funny to me, youngster. But if you haven't, Google Otis the Drunk from Andy Griffith, and then Google the fucking current drug czar.
Did you say it was the border czar?
Border czar, excuse me. I can never remember what the fucking guy's job is. Like, why is the border czar different than Homeland Security? I feel like there's some overlap with this, but we're cutting government. We're cutting it. We're slashing government.
Holman? Is the guy's name Tom Holman?
Yeah, Tom something. Yeah, he literally looks like he's got no teeth. Like he's an old man. They took off the end of the bar. And I hate to body shame people, but I don't. I like it. And this guy is a fuck who looks like he doesn't. He just looks like he doesn't have the brains to fucking run the local VFW, where they probably found him at the end of the bar playing the poker game that pays off for real. Do you see him?
Yeah.
Does it look like anybody you would trust to fucking have the best interest of anybody? He just looks like a stupid drunk to me. I'm sorry.
He looks a bit like a penis.
Looks like the family doesn't fork? What the hell does that mean, Cass?
The family tree.
Oh, no forks in that tree.
Right. If your family tree is just a straight line.
Just one single leader, like the lodgepole pine.
That's got to be a Jeff Foxworthy joke, right?
Well,
if your family tree doesn't fork, you might be a redneck.
I thought she was trying to euphemize fuck, but you can say fuck on YouTube. I'm worried about it on TikTok. You like his hat? That's what I mean. We were trying to get him to do it. We were playing with Russian accents because I have a dirty limerick that's a Russian dude named Boris Clitoris, which I would do myself. Obviously, I do all those characters, but I'm trying to build a team. Like I said, I'm thinking I know this guy good enough. He could do a Russian accent passable.
You tried to throw me. See, I can't. I slip into other shit. He tried to throw me under bus.
I don't want your excuses, man. Russian accent is like easiest accent there is. It's very, very easy. Everybody can do one. Pretend you are Count Dracula, Count Chocula. That one works.
He
Where'd you
gets
go?
Dracula-y.
Yes,
Yeah.
Draculish. He's Draculish.
But that's not Russian. That's
Lordy
Romanian.
Dotty. Lordy Dotty. So it doesn't matter. You just give me some Slav.
The Russian guy can't.
His last name is
accent.
Clitoris. That's not Russian either. This isn't a history lesson. It's a sarcastic video.
Hey,
What's up, Lottie Dottie?
For authenticity.
Yes, I love people that like that. I make a sarcastic video, and Lawrence will appreciate this because Lawrence can't do a Russian accent. Your parents don't still have one? Don't your parents have one? He has to go home and listen every night. He gets a bowl of borscht for dinner, but he can't fucking mimic his parents. The guy's killing me. What was I saying?
What was you saying?
No. He's like,
I try not to listen.
I can't do it. Yeah, right. That's why I keep you around. Damn it. I'm
Yeah.
like, see, that's what separates me from Agent Orange. I want people around who can tell me when I'm going off the rails.
You don't just surround yourself with yes men.
No, damn it. You're anything.
I pride myself
anything
on
but
being a no man.
That's what we should call the podcast. No man.
I said yes.
No man. See, you're getting there, man. Ah, yet. Where you been, Lottie Dottie? Missed you. Thanks for the badges. Thanks for the gifts.
Lottie Dottie.
Lottie Dottie. I love that. Yeah, like Lottie Dottie. I think you should bring your parents around. Why don't you bring your parents to the hookah bar, Lawrence? Meet some of your peeps. That would be fun. And are we gonna get Joe out this week? Fucking get some people to join. Cindy will be there this week. Did you answer it, Laney? That way you said I'm Dave. You said who's the guy in the back? Are you on TikTok too?
You gotta. We're getting warned.
No,
I'm
flags
not.
for harassment. See, you talk shit about a Russian these days.
He's going to learn Russian now, and I'm going to get yelled at even more aggressively. The German in me is pretty aggressive with the yelling, so
I feel like you give it back, Cassie. I'm not sure you're the victim solely in your little.
Yeah, don't let her.
In your little love circle of
perpetrator.
mutual abuse. No, I don't know. No, you're not guiltless. No, I've been around you both enough to know that, that's a give and take right there, as any relationship should be.
You want to argue with my super Republican dad? He still thinks Antifa was behind January 6th. Oh, shit.
I just make fun of his accent until he cries and leaves. You're learning German? I can help you with German. We can practice a little bit. German's easy if you're a guy who started with Russian.
Was ist das auf Englisch?
Was ist das auf Englisch? Kannst du das auf Englisch sagen?
Du bist eine Scheißkopf.
Du bist eine Scheißkopf.
Nein!
Ja! Jawohl. Ich habe 4 Jahre Deutsch
Ach du Liebe!
gelernt in meiner Schule. Und Joy auch Deutsch spricht. The people in Scandinavia are all about the German too, and they hear the French. It's all right there, man. But yeah, German. Why German? Is there some ancient religious text that they discovered that you need German for?
Well, you're probably thinking about the current direction of our country. And
Yeah, that's where he's going, right? Where he's like asking me, "Getting my passport. Where are we going?" Going straight to Joy in Denmark. That's where I'm going. But yeah, no, just honestly, meant to get it anyway because we're going to get ready to travel in a couple of years. Me and my gorgeous new girlfriend.
so you're saying you're abducting her and taking her to foreign countries to hide?
Misandry? Is misandry a word for misogyny?
It's the other way. Yeah. Misandry is...
Men. Yeah, yes.
Right.
Yeah, yes. Or husband hating. Or just man hating. Yeah, andro, yeah. Man, yeah. Makes sense. I didn't know. I never knew that word. I learned something today. Thank you. I don't know if I do have any feminist limericks. Probably. Yeah, I could easily make some. That's excellent. Sehr gut, po. It's pojo. Pojo. Pollo. It's pollo.
El
Auf
Pollo
Deutsch,
Loco.
pollo. That's pretty good. He's pojo in English. Pollo. Auf Deutsch gesagt. USSA. I haven't seen that yet. That's good, lady. We're living in the USSA.
Yeah.
I'm back in the USSA. You don't know how lucky you are, gays. We're back in the USSA. Pew Research. 44 young adults. See, here she's at. In America, 44% of young adults are religiously unaffiliated. Yet in England, we see that they're spiritually engaging. So, is it atheism or is it just leaving religion? I'm happy with leaving religion. I'll take the spirituals. Yeah. We talked about that. She lived in Deutschland. She lived in Deutschland. And we get the Germlish, and I speak Spanglish most of the week. And we started going, ja, ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen. Habe es gelernt, als ich in Deutschland gewohnt hat. Right? She lived in Germany, lived in England. That's a nice thing, you've been around that. Man hating, yeah, Andrew. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'll look for one. Maybe it's not really anti-religious. Sir Hugo does the anti-religious one. I really maybe still want to publish or find a way to get out the rest of my dirty limericks that aren't anti-religious. Got a lot of those too. And they're good. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Where's our guy? We got our guy from Germany that's usually here. You haven't seen him in a minute. We got a few folks. Got a lot of Danish folk. The few guys that are Dutch. The Norwegian, the odd Norwegian comes,
We got an international coalition.
We do. We see people from a lot of places. Give us an Elon fun fact, please.
An Elon fun fact. No fact about him is fun.
All right. Lola says that, that actually, now that you say that I did know that. That makes sense. A lot of papers and books for religion, and the classics were written in German. So if he wants to study, and go straight to the source instead of asking his buddies, that makes sense, man. Then you can look at that Weimar Republic Bible I have. Have you seen that? I keep looking at the screen. I know the camera's over here. But I have a Weimar Republic Bible from 1888. It's this thick with a buckle and a compendium and a bunch of shit. I don't even know where the fuck it is. Come to think of it. Got it stored somewhere where it won't fall apart even worse. It might be on that bottom of that shelf over there behind you. Then you can read that. If you can read the calligraphy. The calligraphy's so old that some of the letters you're not really sure what they are. You got to look at it. You need a key. If I started working 400,000 years ago at my current salary, I would make what Elon lost this year. Nice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I can certainly work it in. You're right.
From 1888, damn, that's almost as old as you.
Low old jokes. For the old jokes in the crowd. Hey, man, I put the young in old. And I put the old and the young as much as I can.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Don't let Cindy know that.
Ground kitten. She's the young.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, she knows I gave up all of that for her. And it's a relief, quite honestly. Pressure was starting to get to me. What's up, ground kitten? What do you got for me? What do you think about the Tesla thing? Is it odd that liberals hate Tesla now when they were, they launched it to to fame, and Trump, who has to explain to his gas-loving donors why he's selling electric vehicles on the lawn, while he's telling the people in the heartland that we're going to drill, and alternative energy is. How do you watch him this?
It is an odd juxtaposition.
Because he counts on the fact that the stupid fucks that voted for him will never they'll just never look at it and put it together. It's so, isn't that surreal living here right now?
Oh yeah.
And I say this with all humility I can muster, which is none. As a smart person watching what the fuck is going on, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Remarkable lack of trolls today. Maybe they calmed down. Maybe they got over themselves, or maybe they're starting to be embarrassed. Finally.
Maybe they're sleeping in today, just feeling lazy.
Could be. But for a while I was like, man, if I went on with this shit, it was Trump after Trump supporter trolling the shit out of me, whine more, liberal bitch. Oh, eat and live. Yeah, suck it. Trump won. You're gonna live with it. Yeah, just take it.
Yeah, maybe they're running out of steam.
Things said by things that would say best would say for 200, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it. It'd make it a lot easier if you just take it. Literally, my ex said that to me.
Don't fight me.
My ex said that to me. It's go a lot easier for you if you just take it.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish the rapture would happen. I would pay real money if I could see all the Christians float up to the sky and be gone. Leave us to our hellish ways here. That would be okay with me. So where do I sign the petition? Oh, well, it was Lawrence who made the old joke.
It was.
Says the guy.
Just relaying the info.
Yeah. You keep on. He's 30 now. He's your days are running short for you to make old jokes, but he goes fast. Goes faster than your hair. He's balding. That was a bald crack.
Oh, lowbrow.
No, that's all right. He knows. He's seen balder. Free spiritualist. Free spirit at last. Excuse me. You can see. I can see. I got the new glasses and everything. Free spirit at last. Long lost B4. You can usually find B4 in the complex B vitamin pill, I think. For the sake of the housing market, please. Maybe yes, we need the rapture for the housing market. Everything in general, I think. Demand needs to go down for stuff.
There are plenty of houses available. They're just owned by corporations.
Yeah. How's everybody happy? Yeah, everybody happy with the economy? We don't have any trolls here to make fun of. Gas went up ugly this week. Woodman's had gas 40 cents lower than everybody else. Get yourself over to Woodman's if you live around here. I don't know how long that lasts. Usually, they're always lowest, but only by that thin dime. Only by that one thin dime, my friend. So they've created robots that can pretend to cry now. What is that?
Are they pretending though?
Is that real? Is that something that happened in the world of science? Where's my guy Nikolai? Came on and then didn't even say shit, man. He's Nikolai Science. Follow him if you haven't. If he gets time, he posts like cool scientific advances. Like he'll call them the best articles of fun shit that happened in science.
Science.
Speaking of science, they got the astronauts back. What do you think about that? They got the astronauts back.
Yeah. Not much. They just landed in the ocean, said hi. They supposedly they were up there so long that they have to spend a good bit of time like decompressing.
Yeah, in a swimming pool. Yeah, and getting used to using it. If they take them out on a stretcher because you must feel like you weigh 1,000 pounds, right? When you first come back.
Oh yeah, the one thing I saw was that they have to get used to holding their head up again.
Yes.
Yeah, out in space, your head just floats.
Yes, of course. Her hair was floating. I was like, holy shit! I was jealous. She's got big ass hair was just floating around. That would creep me out. I think like it'd be fun to be weightless for a day or a few days maybe to like feel the effect when you got but a year and then it gives me the willies thinking about it. Mm-hmm. That's fuck. That's like having the bends or something. I would fuck with me.
And that, my friend, is why you're not an astronaut.
Right. But and think like the Expanse like brought up people that were raised out there on really low gravity or no gravity situations and then have to come to Earth for the first time. Right? And you just like basically crushed it, your spine compresses and you're like, they can't do it. They have to have a special suit on or some shit, right? That was nice. The dolphins greeted them, right? It gives power to the religions are like, oh, God sent dolphins. Yeah, this time. You happy send that other dolphin the next time, right? We want to see that. swallowed.
Who's swallowing?
Could have been an orca. I'm saying. I suppose they don't drop them where orcas are prevalent. I guess, but did the Soviets drop? They put big balloons around their capsules, huh? And they bounce across the steppe, right? They didn't land them in the ocean, especially in the day. Maybe they do now. You ever see that?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like the original capsules that returned cosmonauts to space deployed huge bubbles around their whole outer shell, the air sacs that like literally bounced it. Maybe I'm thinking of a movie.
That is possible.
Certainly
it does
possible.
Sound very film.
No, but I think that did. I think they didn't want to take a chance on the international waters and did not get where they could get at it. I don't know. They brought it. I think they brought it back into fucking Siberia. But who knows? That could be full of shit. Shannon Teresa's with us. What's up? SFP 300. What's up with you, man? You look like an Orthodox. What's the holy man in the Orthodox? The Grand Vizier? What are those guys called? Essentially the Orthodox Pope. They call it something else.
I have no idea. Grand Poobah.
You know, it's I forget. I don't know. We're about done. 5 minutes. We'll take it to 12:30. It'll be 2 hours longer than usual.
That's what she said.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Fortunately, less and less. One of those things. We were talking about the shrinking clit before. Boy, oh boy. Age is not kind to anyone, my friend. My grandma used to say, "Oh, Robert, it's hell to get old and you can't do a thing about it." Thanks for the pep talk, Grandma.
Yeah.
That was great. She's like 45 at the time. Looking back at it.
Encouraging words from Grandma.
Thanks, Graham. Didn't realize. Hadn't dawned on me yet that I can't reverse aging. I'm 8, Graham. I get it. But yeah, she would always, man. But she did what she could. She would go on the roller coasters with us. As a little old lady, it was hysterical. She loved roller coasters. She'd go, wee! She'd be 75, 80.
Enjoy that slow march toward death.
Well, she was built. She was built right for it. She was short and squat, and sit down in the chair, and wasn't going to have a neck issue. Look at these old guys that are like 6'4" and shrinking and osteo. Put them on a roller coaster, their fucking arms just fly off. What do you have to say, Pojo? We're waiting. Tick, 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 tick. The dispense is killing me. Where's my drum roll? Wait. Where's the drum roll? Oh, the speakers.
Oh, that drum roll's been misplaced.
Oh, bogus. I should have known. Come on, Pojo. What is it? We got 3 minutes.
Type faster.
Anybody with a Canadian flag we love these days, right? We'll be there soon, buddy. Move over and make a space for me in Canada, eh? I can say about.
Sorry
about. You want to play hockey? Love hockey. In my toque. Well, they deleted your comment. That's bogus.
Oh.
I think he's fucking with us.
Talk blocked.
Talk blocked. We hate being talk blocked. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It says it's hooked up, but no, it says it's not connected.
Your speakers have betrayed you.
Well, sometimes when it needs restarted, it gets too many fucking. It doesn't.
Your computer's got clogged arteries.
Clogged arteries. I haven't defragged my box in a while, man. Yeah, Canadian legal. Yeah, that's why I said get in line, get your passport now, people, because it's all going to hell in a handbasket. See if we can pull it out of the dumpster fire, my friends. Meanwhile, we're just here with our marshmallows, toasting them on the dumpster fire of America every Sunday at 10:30. And God Almighty, if you can help us get to 1,000 on YouTube, we'll do more from the road. We could do it on TikTok too, but we want to move over to YouTube.
We got our marshmallows. Head over to YouTube, like and subscribe for s'mores.
We can Put a
See
marshmallow
what I
here.
did there?
Here, look. Ugh. Oh yeah, it's a giant marshmallow over the
Yes.
dumpster fire of America. Ow! I hate not seas. Oh yeah, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. They won't let that word go up there. That's why I try to avoid it. We did some of that talk. We talked about not seas. So weird. I can see them on the screen, but yeah, I can't see them. But it does that, right? It folds over if it thinks they're the same. It keeps doing it. So maybe it's a cycle. So all right. Thanks for joining us. Love you all. Love you. Love you. All right. Check us out next week and watch and like the videos, right? Let's get this thing flying. Hey, be good to somebody and make fun of religion this week. Hey, cool. Love you guys. Got to pee, doing the pee dance.